published playwright in this damn country since 1947. You didn't know that. Okay, now you know it. Anyway, there's a lot of I was hoping, I was listening to the novices here, or the amateur actors or aspiring actors. Let's be respectful with that. There are many ways of killing a cat. My kind of theater, which had been very successful, I won a world award. Nobody else has ever won a world award in radio playwriting. It took me to New York in 1996. I'm very proud of that accomplishment. But I focus on natural abilities and talents. I don't want to, when I hear you are from UNAM or from College of the Arts, then I say sit back again. I need the natural abilities of people to show them and to develop them. I developed them. People like David Njavera for 40 years. He learned the art. He's one of my other students. What's his name? Adriano. He came through my program because I was passionate about it, because there was nothing at the time when I came here in 1979. And afterwards I heard some of these academics were saying, yes, but Namibians were doing theater, sitting around the fire, telling stories. Bull, that's not theater. And then I was accused of being, I'm a conventional colonialist promoter of theater. I'm an independent theater that has reached successes everywhere in the world. I toured Europe. I was in America. I was invited, and so forth and so forth. I'm not bragging on myself. This is some achievements that other people don't know and they don't want to know. 9 actors, they won, they became award-winning actors under my program. I'm talking about Adriano was the last one. Then there were other people, women, natural actors. I developed their natural skills, and these things is make a cross there to go stand there. That's for film, I think. But I am alive. I believe in the stage. The stage is the best place to start your career on acting. And this notion that there's no or little few plays in Namibia, there are many plays. I have written 16 stage plays, social impact plays, for which I was criticized, and I didn't even care, because I reached the heights that nobody else in this country could have reached by then. Even the so-called academics, they couldn't reach it. All right, I'm going to be short now. So if you want to develop your skills, I am, at the moment, I'm working with overseas people. Students, I work with them, and I supply them skills that they didn't have. Of course, they have to pay me because I'm a professional actor, professional writer, television writer, film writer. Not everything goes honky-dory here. So that's for the time being, I'm prepared to say that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Philander. We're going to make sure that afterwards they can then just quickly come through to you. Very quick from Philippe as well as Tim, just very brief in terms of what you're looking for as directors, and then we'll quickly conclude with Dalton. They're in the corner. So please make sure that you get your fellow actors' numbers and digits. Herta will also make sure that she gets to share a list of all the attendees. Mr. Philippe Talavera.
Okay, now I'm put on the spot. I think, as mentioned by Dalton, first it depends on the script. The script will give you indication. If you need a 20-year-old, you need a 20-year-old. So part of it is defined by the script itself. But part of it is defined by the attitude of the person who comes to the audition. Does the person want to learn? Does the person want to propose something as well? The script is just an indication for me. The character has to be created and to be built. So the more you can suggest, the more interested I am in you, the more we can play around. And I worked with a lot of rehearsals. I mean, I know in the film industry, sometimes we tend to not have many rehearsals, more have readings. I prefer to work with rehearsals because I want to try things before we go on set, so that when we arrive on set, we are ready. So I need people who are available, willing to try things, willing to suggest, and sometimes maybe also be a little bit humbled. I've worked with people who have done one commercial and now they think they are prima donnas and want to be treated like prima donnas. Sorry, we don't have time for that, you know. So the attitude and what you project is really important as well. We can always train, we can always improve, we can always try things, but it all depends on your attitude at the end of the day.
Thank you so much, Philippe.
Yeah, morning everyone. Okay, so auditions are terrible, not just for the actors, also for us, because we have to judge you in that moment. But essentially in those moments, what I kind of try and look for is whether you are acting or whether you are being. And I'm more interested in the latter. So if I get the idea that you are acting and that you're doing the idea and you're not actually feeling your performance, that's usually immediately something where I go like, okay, let's see how it goes in the future for you. But in a nutshell, that's it. I think you just need to be your version of that and try and contain those butterflies, because auditions are terrible, especially for you actors. Right, Dalton?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Tim. Sure, we are so pressed for time. Selma had one more question, but it's going to be very brief. Very brief. Okay, brief, because we're already into the other session, and I don't want... Okay, let's go.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Salma Kamanya. I'm also an aspiring actress. I have a lot of respect for the industry and the profession of acting. And I'd just like to say, I think one of the biggest disservices that an actor that has the skill set, I think that kind of like the challenge and the crutch comes in when they don't have a proficient team, a manager, and an agent to properly package them as a brand. And for me, for instance, this is my personal challenge. I don't know, where do I start? In terms of, is it creating a show reel, and then after that's done, who do I give it to? So I think that the access and the information pertaining to the brand, pertaining to you as an actor, how to put that together and package it. And I just want to say something short on an ode to what Mr. Banana said about incorporating acting in every sphere of his life. Like Mr. Dalton said, art imitates life, and I found that to be true when, for instance, I have to do a public speaking talk, and I don't have the physical proficiency. I don't think that I'm able to do it, but then, I've leaned into acting as almost like a blanket that covers me when I feel like I don't have the skill or capability to do it. So yeah, that's my contribution.
That's a secret, like he said there. But now the two of you seated next to each other, you should plow back into it, and that's how it's going to go vice versa. Because like she asked, how do I package all these facets of who I am? Because at the end of the day, it's still one individual, which is a brand, but with different branches. Yeah. Mr. Dalton, in conclusion?
You want to answer that?
No, you answer that.
In conclusion, keep working. If you want to be an actor, keep working, keep learning. Learning is probably the most important thing. Work on your craft. It's a craft. You have to learn the skills. People who have been in the industry for 40 years, they're still going to workshops, they still don't. And I find this with Namibians, they do 2-3 movies, they think they have it all. And they don't want to learn. You're just going to stop. So what I'm saying is, natural talent will get you in the door, but skills will take you somewhere. So keep learning.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ashikoto. That was the end of our session. Thank you so much to everyone on our live. Thank you so much to everybody that tuned in and everybody that attended. Please don't just leave, network, get numbers, speak to Hertha. The Film Commission is doing the work, and you've got 2 directors here. You've got Banana here, you've got Leslie here. Tap into them. You've got Carlton, who's also a videographer, DOP. I don't like that word videographer because you're director of photography. So from here, we want to see not just reels for Instagram, but more films. Mr. Ashukoto. We can't wait for the next masterclass. Yeah.
Before I forget, 2 o'clock, please come watch our film at
theater
at Stekinico, Maruamo. 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. Yeah.
And please follow the Film Commission's Facebook and Instagram page as well. From my side, Adriano, thank you so much for joining us.